Hey Poké fam, welcome to another episode of All the Hype, and today we're going to be interviewing one of our founding fathers, yobarryyo. What's up, Barry?
Hey, how's it going? This is a little different.
It is. You're in the hot seat now, but here we are again. Becca and Barry back at it again.
Back at it again. Let's do it.
So Barry, as the founding father of the Poké Hype House, please tell us about yourself.
Hi, I'm yobarryyo. You may know me from TikTok. I'm the guy who likes to paint Pokemon cards with random things. And that's pretty much it. I'm just a Pokemon card artist and paint Pokemon cards with paintbrushes, as well as pretty much anything else you can find around your house or whatever. Other art I do is wire art. I haven't done that in a... I can grab something right here, like this tree I made out of wire.
Dope.
I don't showcase this on any of my TikToks, but like,
can you
here's
make a
tree.
Pokemon out of that? Oh my god, you should make a Pokemon out of wire.
So I actually made, this is not a Charizard, but I turned one into a Charizard, a dragon.
That's dope.
So,
Sheesh, Barry.
yeah, I don't showcase any of that stuff on my TikTok.
You should. That looks insane. That looks like it takes a lot of work. Does it take a lot of work?
That dragon probably takes like a couple hours.
Do you use like pliers to like mold it and stuff?
I got some special pliers I got from Hobby Lobby that I used to. But yeah, that's kind of like the first, I guess, art stuff I'd done was wire stuff before I got into painting, really.
Okay, man of many trades. So how did you get into Pokemon? Like, when did your Pokemon hobby first start? Was it when you were a kid? Was it where you were as an adult?
So yeah, as a kid, I was into Pokemon. Like a bunch of us, watched the anime as a kid, collected the cards, and never learned how to play the card game. But I was always collecting the cards. And then I slowly got out of Pokemon. And I went on to Yu-Gi-Oh, which I'm mainly for playing Yu-Gi-Oh. I love playing Yu-Gi-Oh. And then I just got out.
Playing Yu-Gi-Oh is a lot more fun than playing Pokemon.
I can't play it now, but I remember when I used to play it. I love playing Yu-Gi-Oh. It was a ton of fun. But then I got out of all that stuff, and it wasn't until when I got back into Pokemon was right around when Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee came out. So I got back into the games, and over the summer of 2020 is when I got back into the Pokemon cards after watching Leon Hart on YouTube. Yeah,
the king of Pokemon.
So that's really when I started getting back into Pokemon. I guess around Pokemon Go era, and then getting into the cards around summer 2020.
Oh, that's really cool. So I wanted to ask you about your journey as an artist. Did you always paint when you were a kid, or did you learn how to paint, as you were an adult? Yeah,
so I got into painting as an adult. It was actually the summer of 2020 when I got into painting. And what happened? Wait,
time out. So you learned how to paint that well in a year?
Yeah.
That's insane.
So what had happened was, it was June of 2020, my pawpaw ended up passing away. And we wanted to do something special for my mama. My sister came up with the idea of painting a portrait of my pawpaw. So I went over to Hobby Lobby, got some paints, and it was a wooden canvas deal. And I took my projector, just projected his image onto the wood, and with a pencil kind of traced the outline, his face and all that, and then grabbed the paints and painted the whole thing. I had him, his boat, and his dog all on the same piece. And it turned out super cool, and my mama loved it. She hung it up in her house. And yeah, so that's really when I first really got into really painting. And then like a month later after that, or a couple months later, is when I discovered Pokemon card art on TikTok, who also painted Pokemon cards. And as I mentioned before, I just started getting back and collecting Pokemon cards. So had that paint left over. I was like, I wanted to try that. And that's how I started painting the Pokemon cards.
Wow, that's really inspiring. I see you guys drop your art in the Discord all the time, and I'm like, man, I wish I could do all that stuff. But it's like you and the other artists said, it comes with skill and practicing. and just going for it, I guess. I would have never thought, hey, let me try to trace it at first and then color it in, kind of like a coloring book.
Yeah, exactly. Plus,
Really
it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it looks like it. Just I admire people who can do art from scratch anyway, because it looks so freeing, and just being able to express yourself in such a way.
When I started painting Pokemon cards, that's really it. And still today, and that's why I do it. It's just, it really is a lot of fun, and it's relaxing to just, chill out, listen to the music, and just paint for a few hours. And everybody that joins in on my live streams and TikToks, I always tell them, just try it, because it's a ton of fun. And it might not turn out the best one for your first one, but as you do it over and over again, you're gonna get better at it. But I do it mainly because I enjoy doing it, and it's really relaxing.
Yeah, I definitely think it is relaxing. I remember one of your first lives that I sat in. I just had you up here on my desk, and I was sorting my cards while you were painting, and it was just like a vibe. I really appreciated it. So
yeah.
What's been the most difficult card that you've painted so far?
Difficult.
What's the most difficult object that you've used so far? Because I think that's like very unique to your channel.
Yeah, maybe. So the most difficult object had to have been my elbow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and going into it, I didn't think it was be that bad. But when you think of it, like painting with an elbow doesn't really work out too well.
Yeah.
So elbow was probably one of the hardest. But I painted cards with like so many different things, but I think maybe for the hardest was the elbow.
Okay. I saw your leaf one the other day, and I thought, like, wow, a leaf, ice, popcorn, another card. Like,
the ice one wasn't hard. It didn't work out too well because it warped the card. But the thing that sucked about the ice one was holding the ice. My fingers were so numb by the time I was finished. And
do you remember how long that one took you?
I don't. I'm assuming less than an hour. But I had my hair dryer so I could slowly dry the card, because it was just, the ice was melting and it was filling up with water. It was a mess. It didn't turn out good. But the comment was, it's impossible to paint with an ice cube. And of course I had to prove them, bro. It's like, no, you can paint with an ice cube. It's not going to turn out good, but you can paint with an ice cube.
I like that. Define the odds. Is there a request that you're waiting for?
I don't think there's one that I'm like been waiting for, because like I mentioned, I've painted with so many different things. So I try to, when I look through comments, I try to find the ones that maybe I haven't done, or if I've done it before, something I could do a different twist on it. So I can't think of one that I'm like a comment that I'm waiting to do, but I'm always looking to try to find the different thing to do with maybe something I've done before, or a different item completely. But I can't think offhand if there's a specific one that I'm absolutely waiting to try.
Have you painted with a light bulb before?
I have.
No.
I probably, like anything you can I think of, I probably painted with it.
What about like a clothing pin? Like, you know how in the old school days where they used to like put their clothes out to dry?
No, I have not. Not that.
Go for it. That's your next assignment. Use
that
a
one
pin
would probably be difficult.
Card.
That one might be difficult to paint with the
pin. I
pin.
don't know. It's got like little pointy edges, so maybe it might be a little easier to pick up the paint.
Maybe.
So I know you said that Leonhardt and Pokemon paints cards. Is that the account from TikTok?
Pokemon card art.
Pokemon card art. They're kind of like inspirations for you. Is that what inspired you to start making content for yourself?
No, because I've always been into content creation. Back when I was like 15, 16 years old, making videos on YouTube. That's the thing, really, I love painting and doing art, but my favorite thing of everything is making the videos. So,
because your editing is just beyond on point.
So like content creation is just really what I love to do. And so their inspiration is mainly for Pokemon and for the art. But as far as content creation, that's just something I have a passion for and just love to do. And it just happens I can just merge those two together.
Did you ever take any kind of video editing classes? Because whenever you put stuff together, it's just like, oh my gosh, like he's got a really good skill at this.
I did not, but I when I was graduating high school, I did want to go to a film university. I did not go, but no, is everything that I've done so far has really just been self-taught.
That's inspiring. So tell me about your experience with TikTok. Has it been positive? Do you feel like you were really welcomed into the Pokemon community?
Yeah, TikTok has been fun. And as far as like the Pokemon community goes, I feel like definitely welcomed to it. And because like I'm not your typical Pokemon content creator. I don't do pack openings. I mean, I do them every now and then, but you know, that's not something that my page is really based around, like pack openings or talking about the video games. Mine is really specific on painting Pokemon cards. So for me to be actually welcomed into the Pokemon community is very, very, really awesome, because I have my own unique stance on, you know, my own unique avenue with my content that I do. So yeah, I think it is very welcoming, and my experience has been like really, really awesome.
I think it's really awesome to see that there's not just Pokemon cards, just pack openings, that there's all these kind of creators within this one kind of community, this one thing, Pokemon, that brings us together. But we have people like you who draw on cards, and we have people who do digital art, and we do resin, and just all these things, but it's all centered around Pokemon.
And really with the Poké Hype House has really opened my eyes to, it's even like larger than that. There's so many different types of content creations based around Pokemon. And it's so awesome to see, like, we all do our own unique things, but it's focused on here, and it's just like how large it is. It's crazy when you think about it.
Yeah. So I think my biggest question for you is just the birth of the Hype House. Like, what made you want to create a Hype House, just a community of creators centered around Pokemon?
So I thought of the idea when I was actually offshore. And if I haven't said it earlier, I work in the oil field, so I go offshore, working out the Gulf of Mexico. But I was out on the rig, and I had just got off, took a shower, was laying in my bed, and really, I don't know why, the thought popped in my head. And like, I'll backtrack a little bit, because I was inspired by a username, officially Whelm25, and a young Poke Sir, if I said his name right, hopefully so. But they, at one point, he went onto her page and was making videos. They was doing like collabs on her page, and I thought that was like cool. I really never saw that before, and I thought, what if we had a place where all the Pokemon content creators can come together? And I sent the message out to Manny, because I was friends with him from a previous group. And I was like, what do you think about this idea? Is this a dumb idea? You know, am I think about that? And he was like, no, this is cool. And so I was like, okay, let's do it. So I made the TikTok account, Poké Hype House, and we just started shooting out invites to everybody. And it just really, from what we originally created back in June of 2021 to now, it has evolved into something like I couldn't even picture it when I first thought of the idea. It has grown into something like even better.
So have you and Manny met in person, or are you guys just an online friend?
We have not met in person yet. I would love to meet Manny. I wanted to go, he had an event back in August he went to in Florida, and I wanted to go, but I was offshore, like I am most of the time. And then he was going to go to Collecticon that happened this past October, but things came up with him, so he couldn't go. So we have yet to meet in person. So I'm looking forward to the day that we finally do.
I would have thought that you guys just have been like lifelong friends, just the way you guys bounce off of each other and the group chat and just online and stuff like that. I really think it's dope that you painted him.
Where's that card? I don't know where it's at, but yeah.
It came out really fire.
I wasn't going to do it, but the reason, like Manny said, don't do it. So I was like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna do it now. And then I painted his picture because I remember James, Arizona. He made the comment, and so I painted it. And after I was done, I realized, oh wait, he said paint him with a card. It's like, oh, like well, I screwed that one up. So I changed it in a video where when I said it, it's like, well, it's like I'm not gonna do it with a card though. I'm gonna do it with a paintbrush. That's just because of my screw up because I painted it with the paintbrush without really looking at the comment. But I liked how it turned out.
Yeah, it was pretty much a self-portrait for Manny. So do you have any long-term goals for the Hype House?
A cool goal would be like next year at an event where we'll be a special guest, like, you know, this event featuring, you know, with special guests,
panel of the
Poké
Hype House.
Wouldn't that be cool?
It would be cool. So cool. I'd be honored to participate. I've actually had that in my mind too. Like, how dope would it be if we came in like some baseball jerseys, Poké Hype House on the back. We all got our numbers on, and we're like sitting at this panel, like, yeah, so what it's like being a member of the Hype House. That'd be sick.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me what it's like to be basically the president of the Hype House. You know, you're our leader. You are the head of the household. You know, we look to you for guidance. And how does it feel? Do you feel pressured at all?
Yes, sometimes it's very stressful. And at first, when we thought of this, when I thought of the idea, I wasn't even thinking of it as a place where, like, okay, I'm in charge. Like, it was a place where everybody could come in, just post whatever you want onto the page. Like, everybody had access to the password in the beginning. Just post whatever you want. Just let everybody know when you're going to be posting, so we don't have like 2 videos coming out like seconds between each other. And then, of course, things happen, and we had to make decisions with changing password and not allowing people. So it really went from everybody being equal to this, and I didn't like that at the beginning, and it was rough. And then of course, when we started bringing in more people to kind of just help out with everything, it really made everything a lot better.
That's really good. Like I said, I'm really glad that you created the Hype House to begin with, because like you said, I wouldn't have met probably the majority of people in there. You know, I knew James. Shout out to James. I knew James before the Hype House, but you know, prior to that, I didn't know any of the other creators in the group. And like we talked about earlier, just horizons being expanded as far as seeing what kind of content is within the Pokemon community.
Mm-hmm. And I could agree on that, because 90% of the people in the Hype House I did not know prior to starting this group. Because when we first started it, of course, we sent out the invites to people we knew already. And maybe out of all those people that we originally sent the invite to, probably 90% of them are gone. So most of this group is built up with people that I really had no knowledge of prior to. So that's cool.
Barry, my final question to you is, what's your favorite place to get chicken tenders?
Raising Cane's.
Okay, fair. Do you make any at home?
Sometimes. Sometimes. Is there a Raising Cane's where you live?
No, I've never heard of that place. We've got Wendy's, Burger King.
Well, Raising Cane's is slowly going out to more states, but it's originally from Louisiana.
Oh, and is that where you're originally from?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's where I live. Yep.
Okay, cool. Well, Poké fam, thank you guys so much for joining myself and Barry here on All the Hype, and we hope that you enjoyed this interview.
Bye.
Bye.
Fulfill the prophecy and watch this video next. It has been predetermined by Arceus. Arceus? Arceus?